Hello, everyone. Hey, hey. Welcome to Making Space. Oh, man. Marissa, this has been such a beautiful journey. Such
Mhm.
a beautiful journey. I feel like just, first, okay, let's just go ahead and introduce ourselves. Hey,
Yes.
everybody. I'm Latoya. I am your spiritual inner power coach, helping women heal from past traumas, particularly with relationships and religion, helping them clear all that energy, all the negative energy, rebalancing, re energizing, activating their energy
Mhm.
so that they can be their fullest and highest self,
Mhm.
loving, trusting, believing themselves again, so that they can leave the legacy they deserve and they desire to leave. And I am
Mhm.
here on Making Space with my girl.
Marissa, your embodiment doula. I am a free, courageous, authentic woman, okay? And I help Black women go from putting the needs, wants, and safety of others before theirs to radically choosing themselves, okay, so that they can too live their most free, authentic, and joy filled lives. And I use the power of breath work to support them in that process. And I'm super happy to be here and have this conversation every single week. We have something juicy, spicy,
Oh, yes, we
exciting,
do.
uplifting to share. So I'm happy to get into it.
Oh, yes, we do. And hold on, let me give a shout out. Mimi, shout out to you.
Hello.
Jen, shout out to you. We're sending you love. We're sending you love and
Mhm.
all the light. They was on
Mhm.
time. They was like, let's get this.
Thank you. Yes.
Let's get this info. Okay. I want to share this real quick. I believe I have two things to share. I got so much, but I know we got to get into the topic. But let me share this real quick.
Yeah, share what you got.
Um, okay, I'm gonna share first. Okay, everybody, I just had my breathwork session with Marissa. It
Yeah.
was absolutely beautiful. I know that she's gifted and talented in what she does because when I was in session, I was having releases um, that I knew that I needed to have, and were very connected to what I had been dealing with throughout the day.
Mhm.
And it's crazy because she chose this song and she was like, this song, let these words wash over you, because they they were selected particularly for you. And it was a song that I have been connected with for like the past 3 weeks or so, like every other day. And my daughter was connected with this stuff. So as soon as it started playing, I was like, yes, it was selected for me. Yes, it was. So
Yes.
it was wonderful, it was beautiful. And now this you don't know, Marissa. Hold on. I'm going to share two things with you. Um, the the first thing is that the first thing is that I just had some ancestor energy come through and really speak to me towards the end of the session, and I was like, okay, um, and speaking to a part of my place that I don't really connect with, and I don't really connect with that energy, so to speak, because I knew who this energy was coming from, but.
Mm.
Um, It was interesting. It was like if you've seen Black Panther 2 and you remember when she goes, oh, you haven't seen it?
But I'm okay. Go ahead.
You're okay? You
Yeah.
sure? Okay. So anybody else, if you've seen it, okay. Hi Sabina. Hold on. Shout out to Sabina. Um, if you've seen it, okay, what do you call it there? Spoiler alert.
Mhm.
If you haven't seen it. But when she goes in, I'm just gonna say in code, when she goes into the medicine and she's expecting to see she's expecting to see someone, and she sees somebody that she was not expecting, not hoping, not wanting to see,
Mm.
but they had an important message for her that
Mm.
came through when she needed it.
Mm.
So hopefully that was code enough for those who haven't seen it yet. And that's pretty much what it was. But afterwards, we we closed the session, and I was like, you know what? Let me pull a card. Let me pull a card, and I
What
want
did
to.
you pull?
First of all, I want to out because the people are not gonna believe. You're not gonna believe when I told you what I had a chance to practice what we preach here
Mhm,
and talk to my husband, right?
mhm.
And he said something that I feel was kind of hurtful for me. What energy did I go into? Do you remember?
Defense.
Defense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, watch this. Watch this. That's how I know that energy was powerful. I pulled this card right here. It's called Broken Arrow. Okay.
Mm.
And it says, embrace the energy of peace. Hold on. I got to read the subline. Let go of the need to defend yourself and prepare to offer peace. You are safe. Now, come on. You're not going to tell me that that energy was not flowing. Come on. I, that's what I did.
Okay. Let go. Oh, can
Listen.
I just so just to add on to that, I love this book, Louise Hay's You Can Heal Your Life, and I have read an excerpt from this book during our practice.
Mhm.
Um, but I hope you had said that you had a release in your knee, right?
Yes. Hmm.
And in the back, they break down different physical ailments or physical things that go on, what they may mean, and then affirmations for them. So I went to knee problems or knees, either one.
Hmm.
Knees, it says represents pride and ego. Knee
Ooh.
problems, stubborn ego and pride, inability to bend, fear, inflexibility, or you won't give in.
So now why you coming for me on live stream? I thought we had this good energy flowing right
But
here.
the affirmation is I am flexible and flowing. And
I am
by the
flexible.
end of it, you were flowing.
I was flowing. I
Yeah.
was flowing. And I am flexible and flowing. I am. I
Yeah.
am. I want to say everybody, I did go to my husband and apologize, but clearly, energetically,
Yeah.
there's some more work to do. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that and I accept that.
Hmm.
And I receive that because, listen, if we're not challenged, if we're not um,
Mm.
facing
Yeah.
these things, then we're not growing, right? We could pretend all that. We could be on live. We could pretend. We could post all these nice, fancy, beautiful posts on Instagram.
Yes.
But unless you're doing
Yeah.
the work,
Yeah.
unless you are facing the challenges,
Yeah.
um, and being willing to hear these things, then
Yeah.
you're not elevating, right? It's nice to say,
Exactly.
but you're not expanding. So this is what it takes. You saw my face.
There's an eye roll at that. But knowing like we are here speaking, and I'm gonna say this probably every time, like we are here sharing our true, authentic who we are, and we get tested too, just because we are in this healing space and we are supporting people and through their healing, guiding people through their healing, doesn't mean that we are not constantly being tested as well. There's no healed, it's
No, no,
healing,
no.
it's
It's
a practice.
healing.
Yeah.
And as somebody else said, it's also holing, right? Like
Ooh.
becoming more whole,
Yeah.
right? And I would venture to say even more so,
Yeah.
right? For those who are intending to leave legacy, right? Intending to do good work out in the world.
Yeah.
Even more so are we called to be
Mm.
even the more authentic, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And shout out to Leanna. Mwah!
Hello.
Um, yeah, so I think what we're going to talk about is very much so on along the same lines.
Yeah.
I love that reaction.
Yeah.
What we talking about, y'all? Trusting the process, money. Oh, I gotta change the tagline. Hold on, I'm change the tagline. I thought I did change. Okay, trusting the process, money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would like to ask, what comes up for you when we say that? Trusting the
Yeah.
process, money.
So the first thing that came to me was uncertainty, right? And being okay living in uncertainty,
Ooh,
and also um understanding that we do actually know. So I'm gonna bring it back. So
you got to, because that was like, hold on,
we so
uncertainty, and that we know. Ooh,
at the
because I was
same
getting
time,
ready. Okay,
it's at the
go.
same time. So I'm thinking uncertainty because um none of us none of us have been here before, maybe in a different form. Okay, if that's what you believe, cool. But none of us have been in this body, in this situation, in this life before, right? So we're all just figuring it out here. But when I say that you already know, like, we have proof from life experiences that we are going to be taken care of,
Yeah.
because we are doing it right now. So when I get into this space, because sometimes I do get into this space of, oh my God, where am I gonna live next month? For me, it's really big on trusting the process, because right now I moved from New York to New Orleans 6.5 months ago. It's crazy that this amount of time has passed.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be the person that had the corporate job, staying in my, like, living in my apartments for years, like between 2 to 9 years. That's the longest I've ever been in an
Mm.
apartment. But I always had this idea, like, I have to be stable, I have to, to be settled or whatever. And when I got here to New Orleans, I knew that this is where I was supposed to be, but like I can't see beyond a month from now. So every month I have, or maybe every other month, but I have been moving into new places because I want to, one, to explore different parts of New
Mm-hmm.
Orleans, but two, I just know, like, this is where I'm supposed to be for this month, but I don't know where I'm supposed to go next month. I know I'm going to be fine because I have been this whole time, and I have proof that I will be okay, but I don't know what where I'm going to live next month. And that sounds scary to a lot of people,
Oh yes. Very.
including to me sometimes. But I am trusting that the answers will come in due time, so that I can make the move that I need to make. The first maybe 3 months, I was here like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do after this, because the first 3 months I knew exactly where I was gonna be. I had everything
Mm-hmm.
set, and then after that, I didn't know, because it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't revealed to me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I have been in
Mm-hmm.
panic mode, and even months, maybe 2 months after that, until I moved in, like right before this space, I was living in some place for the month of February, and um, I got in there, I liked it, and every day I said I was grateful for it, because I was. But I
Mm-hmm.
also knew in my spirit, I am not supposed to be here after this month. I don't. This ain't it.
Wow.
And I had to fight with myself, because I'm like, are you not being grateful? And it's like, yes, I am grateful. I am grateful for this space, for this home, for this ability to pay for it, right? But
Yeah.
this don't feel good for me. So I'm gonna find,
Mm.
there's another place for me. Um, so yeah,
Can
that's
I
what I
just say that? Can I just say this is powerful? This is so powerful because for myself, and when I have worked with women in the past, part of the block of being able to move forward is the guilt, right? That has been projected upon us, that we ought to be grateful for where we are. We ought to be grateful for what has happened.
yeah.
Maybe things were gifted, maybe things were given, maybe things were set up for us, right?
Yeah.
And so there's all this baggage and guilt around why we need to stay. We need
Hmm.
to stay.
Hmm.
Actually, sorry, I'm going to finish that statement. We need to stay stuck.
Girl.
I had
Yeah.
to finish that.
Yeah.
And I so love that you said, um, that it's okay. That is so releasing and freeing, right? You can be grateful for where you are right now and still know that there's the next.
Yeah.
you can be grateful and appreciative and know, and I think this goes for everything, for
Yeah.
where you live, for your career, for your business, right? That you don't have to feel like that time was wasted or that time was, you messed up or whatever. No, it was what it was for that time. And we could be grateful and appreciative for that time. And it did what it needed to do. And now it's okay to take the next step, to move forward from that.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah. What is this
That's powerful.
this trusting the process money mean to you?
I don't even know why we chose this topic. This is a hard topic.
That is hilarious.
I'll tell you what. I spent so much money on coaching last year. So much money. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing,
Yeah.
but part of it was I need to know the how. I need to know the right way. I need to know the correct way. I need to know the way that's going to work, right? I need to know the fast track way. And really underneath that, y'all, I need y'all to hear this, because for some people, there is an underneath. And it's really important for us to dig down and find out what that underneath is. And it might be different for everybody. But underneath that was, I don't trust myself to know. That's what it was. I didn't trust myself enough to know. Right? So that was underneath all of that. And I'll tell you what happened. It was during one of my own self Reiki sessions that it was like, stop. You're not going to do no more coaching. And then when I went to my Reiki practitioner, she confirmed that and said, actually, because I was like, maybe for 2 or 3 months, I'm not going to do no more, this and that. And she said, actually needs to be like 6 months to a year. Right? But I knew that she was right. Why? Because it's time for us, y'all, especially women who are listening, it's time for us to get back to the divine feminine. And I know that the balance needs to be there, the feminine and the masculine, but the divine feminine that knows that she knows, right? That divine feminine that has that intuition that you have when you're like, this right here this was good for February, this not it, right? That intuition. And I'll tell you what, I stopped all that. there was a dark night period. And I went in.
Yeah.
And I found another part of myself. And when I connected with that other part of myself, and I was like, I'm going to be her. And I'm going to trust the process. And so for me, the process really means some of the laws of the universe, right? Cause and effect, right? Putting yourself in the vibration so that you're going to attract like vibration, right? Because that's really what the law of attraction is.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what, that had to happen first. I want to say 10 days ago, I came into this, I can't say any other word but energy, because there is no other word for it. I came into this energy of, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
She said, let me dip my toe back into this divine feminine conversation we had.
Because it spans so much. So what happened? New clients started coming in.
Absolutely.
Old clients started renewing. I'm getting, comments on the consistency of my posts. A collaborative. First of all, I shied away from collaboratives. I'm very, very selective. I'm very selective.
Thank you.
But so you all, but a collaborative came in on Tuesday
Mm-hmm.
that I was not looking for,
Mm-hmm.
that is in 1000%
Yep.
alignment with who I am and what I do. And it's and there's money involved.
Mm-hmm.
So I say that to say, when I'm saying trust the process, I feel it's three things for me. It's myself
Overall. Mm-hmm.
overall.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's those universal laws. These laws, they show up in so many different schools of thoughts. Choose one, it shows up. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddha. You choose one, it shows up.
True. True.
Right?
True. True.
What comes around goes around. Cause and effect. What you reap, what you sow, you're going to reap. Right? These they're
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yep. 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 That there's so I'm over here like, hold on, I need to, because that is just trusting yourself is number one, and that law of detachment, detaching from what you think the outcome should look like, right? For me,
Say that.
it is just like, I know that this ain't it. I don't know what it is, and that's okay. But I will.
And that's okay.
I'm grateful for what it's going to look like. I know there's many possibilities of how this can turn out, right? And you mentioned you like, I need to know how, and that space is where we're trained to be, right? And I remember reading this book, so I wanted to recommend this book, Who Not How. And it talks,
Yes. Okay.
yeah, it talks about finding the right who's to be in alignment with. And you don't have to know the how. You just need to know who you need. It might be you might be the who. I might be your who. You might be my who for something else, right? Um, and how it
Mhm.
gets done is up to the who, not up to you.
Well,
Right? So yeah, that part is trusting yourself to make the right decision about who is the one that is going to do the work or to do the how.
okay, can I say this also? Can I just add tack onto that?
Hmm.
Because this just dropped into my heart so heavy right now. It's also trusting ourselves to make the wrong decision.
Go ahead.
You did you
I was going to say, what is the wrong?
what is the wrong? Exactly. Exactly. And that is the way that I could phrase it, because that's the way it came into my
Yeah.
spirit. But ooh, that was so heavy on me, because I made the choice to go full force into one way into coaching,
Yeah.
right? And it was working out, but not in the way that I would have liked it to work out,
Yeah.
right? But guess what? I was putting my foot forward. I was in I was in the movement vibration, and I was moving forward.
Mhm.
So trusting yourself even to make the wrong decision, because guess what? Quote unquote wrong decision. We feel like it's wrong because it didn't come, the outcome or the timing
Mhm.
didn't come out exactly the way that we wanted it to.
Yep.
But how about those mistakes, or those mistakes is what commenter put it right here, or those quote unquote failures, or those wrong decisions? How about a lot of times they bring you to the right who's,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
And different open doors that you may not have been privy to had you not made those quote unquote mistakes.
Yeah.
And also the deeper learning and growth that becomes part of your powerful
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. Yeah. I I want to go back to these laws, because the law of giving and receiving with money in this space as well, right? We're talking about money. We're talking about how
Yes.
much you have invested in coaching. And I can raise my hand for the same thing. Like, I was in a leadership program, I was in the breathwork program, I was in an ATRs program, and Yoni Steam at the same time. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that's money going out, right? That's me paying
Yes.
for these things to get the knowledge and the information that I needed. And some of it is intuitive, right? But to get what I needed so that I can share, I can support, I can help, right? And guide or
Right.
whatever. But then
Right.
that also, there's also the other side. I get to receive payment for my services.
Now say that.
Okay. I get to receive payment, proper payment for my services. And it's not just because there's some parts of it that's intuitive and it comes natural to me, and it's energy work. So I enjoy doing it. So I shouldn't charge so much. No, I charge because I have invested in me to be able to share with you these things, these insights. I've invested in me as far as learning. I've invested in me as far as self-care and self-love. So that means, the way I eat. Like, I'm buying organic everything. I'm spending my money on groceries. I do not care. I'm spending my money because it's putting back into me, right?
Because you
I
value
value
yourself.
me, right? And so the prices that I charge are my prices, because you get to invest in you as well when you give to me. So I have given to someone, right? And they have given me something back in exchange. They have given me knowledge and information,
Exactly.
right? But it's the same way for my clients, right? I give love, support, insight, motivation, wisdom, information, and in turn, I get that back too, because it's not a one-way street when we're
Right.
coaching, but I also get to be compensated, right? And they give me
Yes.
compensation, and I get to be compensated. But that law of giving and receiving is also necessary here. There can't be one without the other.
There can't be one without the other. And you know what? This kind of dropped into me super heavy too when I did the tapping session yesterday. So the tapping session was about rewriting your money story.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first started creating what the tapping journey was going to look like, I didn't know all that was going to come out. But what was super came out was this is not necessarily about getting money or becoming rich or wealthy, right? Which by the way, let me say this, there's nothing wrong with those things. We deserve those things. Okay.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with those things. Let me just say that.
Yep.
But it is also about simply being
Mm-hmm.
in wealth consciousness. Okay. It's about vibrating wealth consciousness.
Yes.
And what that means to me is I'm 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 in the flow, right? Because I know we talk a lot about abundance, but what is that really, right? I'm in the vibrational
Mm-hmm.
flow of wealth consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm in that vibration and I am that vibration, absolutely, of course, I'm attracting this flow of wealth to me
Mm-hmm.
because of birthright and position,
Okay.
but I am also flowing that wealth out because of legacy and
Mm-hmm.
greatness, right? And so when I am wealth consciousness,
Mm.
we get to go back to who we are at the
Mm-hmm.
core, who we are. I'm talking about who we spiritually, soulfully are. This is who we
Yeah.
are. This is, ooh, Marissa, please don't give me a moment because this is dropping right now. I have to say this,
I
right?
love it.
This is who we are. This is who we now get to
Mm-hmm.
be as we divest
Mm.
ourselves from the projection of
Mm-hmm.
rich, which happens to be contrast to lack. We don't need that anymore. When we are in wealth consciousness, we're simply flowing in and out
Yep.
in a way that serves us
Yep.
and serves other. So now it's about healing, clearing, and becoming
Mm-hmm.
this wealth consciousness,
Yep.
because thank you. The process is being.
Yes. 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 Whew. I mean, watching you flow through that was beautiful, first off.
Mm.
And sometimes there aren't, I say this all the time, sometimes there aren't the words. So for some people, even if you didn't get the words, the visual is all that you
Mm.
need. Right? That is
Well,
how you just it said like you get to exude wealth and abundance. And I feel like that is how I walk in the outside,
yes.
that outside, inside, wherever. That's how I walk. And it reminded me of how I've spent this week so far, right? I have made up my mind that for me, the way I'm made up is that people, I get to respond to requests from people, right? I get to create spaces where people can make a request of me, but I am not
Mhm.
here to be like, okay, do you want to work with me? Like, do you want to have a private session or group sessions or collaborations or all this kind of stuff? I've experimented and tried to like put myself out there in that kind of way, and the universe is like, no, that looks desperate. What are we doing? You don't have to do that.
Ooh, we talking about desperation
You don't
energy,
have to do that. And
which can show up in so many different ways.
so many ways, telling people I have all of this going on and like basically trying to prove that, you should work with me. When no, girl, this week, and I tell you every day I work maybe 3 hours a day. I leave my house around 2:30. I go to my favorite cafe. They close at 6. So I set up at 3 o'clock. I work from 3 to 6 and I close my laptop like, whoo, that's a day. Right? But let me tell you how many blessings have been coming to me.
You better speak this power into us right
Let
now.
me tell you how many blessings are coming this way, because when I go do the work, I'm doing something that I said I'm going to be consistent with. Showing up on social media consistently. Creating this 3-day challenge that I have coming up about showing up for yourself, which again, showing up. Getting my email, like being consistent with my emails, right? And asking for the support that I need. So I have someone who's helping me with my marketing background. I'm paying them money to do it, right? Because that is not what I'm here to do. What I'm here to do is
Mhm,
share these
mhm,
words, create this program so that I can support you, do some breath work so that I can support you in making space. That is what I'm here to do. Do I know how to create
mhm,
social media posts and emails and all that other kind of stuff? I know how, but that may not be where I'm supposed to spend my time. So I have spent my time doing something that I said I'm going to be doing consistently. And once that time was up, I let it go. And so the opportunities that have come to me is a friend reached out to me for a corporate contract for breath work for her business, right?
wow.
I have a space, a studio space here. I said I don't know where I'm going to be living next month. I know I'll be fine, but I have a studio space because it's
Come on.
because yes, that
Because yes.
that is for me, right? Um and yeah, I have people reaching out to help them with their retreats. They're like putting their retreat together because
Mm.
that is what I'm here to do. But I am doing the part that I said I will be doing consistently, and then the rest I wait for someone to make a request for me to respond to.
So the who, not how.
Yeah, I'm somebody else's who doing the
Yes.
how.
Ooh, say
Yeah,
that.
I'm someone else's who doing the how, but I don't need to figure out how I'm going to get um to bring money into me. All I need to know is I get to respond to the requests of people, and I get to be their who. That's what I know.
Yes, I love that. So basically, what I hear from that is trusting the process is also trusting that the right connections, the right collaborations, the right people are going to come into your space. But also, I love this so much, Marissa, trusting that you are also the who for someone
Yes.
else. And I think that's big because that really ties into trusting your worth,
Mm-hmm.
right? Trusting your worth and your value,
Mm-hmm.
trusting your
Mm-hmm.
purpose, trusting what it is that you are here to
Yeah.
do, right? um, and and trusting that you are wanted.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And yes, because that's what's the difference between um being in this desperation energy and not,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
know that
Mhm.
there are people out here that need me, right? That want my
Sure.
support, that
Yeah.
that I can be of service to. And so I get to wait for the request. In the meantime, I stay in my lane of being consistent with these things that I said that I was going to do. That's all I got to do is be consistent with what I said I was going to do. And then the requests just come, right?
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
me trying to find places or trying to initiate different things so that I can get some money in. Like if we are chasing money, it is actually running away from us. We
It's
don't need
running away from us.
we're not attracting it. And again, that's the law of attraction, right? We don't need to chase it. It belongs to me already. And there's a woman on I think it was like an Instagram, she was doing an interview. She was like, money loves me.
Mhm.
It always comes to me. It it dotes over me. Like,
He's
I
like, "Where's she at? Where's she at? I gotta go find her."
I gotta go find her, you know? So I don't need to worry about that. And I know it sounds like being in a place of privilege, right? Because some of us are in different spaces in our
Mm.
healing journey, in our understanding of the importance of money in the world. And I get that. But I know the space that I'm in currently, my reality does not include desperation or struggle.
Mm. And let
It,
me say this. I feel like hmm, if we are not in that vibration, to give yourself the grace to get there.
yes. Thank you for that. Yes.
Mhm. Because it is. I know probably for you as it was for me, it takes some work
Daily.
daily,
Hmm.
daily. It takes some work. And forgive me for saying this, but it takes more than journaling out the affirmations.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
takes more than that. It takes to do the deeper work. Exactly what we're talking about, bringing it full circle. I guess when we first started this show, right? To face yourself, to
Hmm.
do the healing.
Hmm.
Um, in the tapping session yesterday, we talked about this. Like, there are ancestral blocks and beliefs that need to be cleared. There are. I love that you took that deep breath. There are things that we saw, we heard, we experienced when we were children, and our inner child needs some love and attention and healing.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are some things that were preached over our heads, particularly as women, and particularly as minority women, and particularly as Black women.
Hmm.
There were some things, doctrines, dogma
Hmm.
that were preached over our heads
Hmm.
that need to be cleared.
Hmm. Yeah. And it just reminds me of this parts work, right? There's different parts of us that we get to heal
Yeah.
at once. So don't think it's just like, oh, I'm just gonna heal my relationship to money. Like that, it might be your relationship with your younger self that you are healing, not just the relationship to money, right? We can't always, I don't think not we can't. We a lot of times think we need to go to that thing, the thing that we have the issue with. But the
Mm,
root of the root cause of some of that issue may not have nothing to do with money, right? Uh,
right.
and
So
so
true.
and
So
so
true.
yeah, healing those different parts of ourselves that may be the root cause of our money issue is where we get to do the where we get to work. Um, yeah, there's some good comments up in here, y'all.
There
Okay.
is, there is. I've been flashing them. I've been flashing them. But so yes, that comment that said I have a lot of unlearning to do. I think most of us do.
Yeah, and it's a lot of unlearning while learning new things.
Yes.
Right? So if we learn something new and we want to implement it or integrate it into our lives, we can't assume that we are not still going to have remnants of that other way of being. So unlearning and learning at the same time is what it is, right? And
At the
so
same time.
we are there's some days where I get, or some moments, because I don't let the full day go by. It's just like, girl, we're not doing that. But some moments where it's just like, oh, where am I going to live next month? Not, I don't know where I'm going to live next month, and I'll be fine because I know, like, the same type of energy that I came in here with. There's some moments
Right.
where it's just like, oh my God, it's like a panic moment.
Right.
It is. And then
Right.
I get to implement either the breath work or or go for a walk, or, talk to a friend or talk to myself, about, who is upset right now. Is it 9-year-old Marissa?
Hmm.
Is it 15-year-old Marissa? Is it today Marissa? Like, who is triggered in this moment? What's going on? Right. And just taking it back to the journaling, like, we are talking about making space, right? The journaling to write your affirmation is great, but, like, creating space for the change to take place is
That
important.
was perfect. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was so, so good. That
Creating the
was so
space
good.
for us to be like, I am abundant. Okay, but what kind of space do you need to create to really believe that? Because you can write it all day, but if you have this wound around money, you could say I am abundant and it doesn't mean anything. You still going to have this idea that you don't deserve it, um that it doesn't come easily, that, like, when you get it, you're going to know how to spend it, right? Like, there's so much more than just saying these affirmations or writing the affirmation. They're great because I live off of affirmations all day.
I do too. I do
But
too.
there's other things that you get to uproot and make space for that affirmation to really be, be true and come into existence for you.
To be activated. One of
Yeah.
the big things for me was, yeah, one of the big things for me was to accept the opportunity or the money in the first place.
Girl.
And I'm gonna tell you the truth. Now listen, I got like 3 journals right now on my desk right now. Listen, I love I love journaling. Don't get me wrong. I
Mhm,
am writing out my affirmations and my declarations. We did that last night as well. However, we also have to, just like you said, make the space. We
mhm,
also have to move the energy because it is energetic.
mhm,
And then we have to, excuse me, not have to, but we get to step into
mhm,
the energy that you're activating, right?
mhm.
And we can procrastinate journal.
Girl.
Hey, we can, hey.
Procrastinator.
We can procrastinate journal now. Right? We can procrastinate. We can do that. We can
Yeah.
procrastinate affirmation. We can do that too.
Mhm.
Right?
Yes.
So doing that inner work is important for us
Yeah.
so that we are, what's the word I want to say? This actually happened with my client today. So that we can step into the energy that we're manifesting. Well, let me say this right now, because some of y'all on this call right now, let me look. Some of y'all on this call right now,
Mhm,
y'all know, I'm going to speak directly to you right now. You're manifesting like crazy. You are powerful manifestors. You are manifesting some opportunities in your life. You are
mhm,
manifesting some who's in your life. Some money is
mhm,
flowing your way, or on their way to you. And
mhm,
because we still have some of that wholeness work, that parts work to do,
mhm,
we're self sabotaging, right? We don't walk through the door, right? And
mm,
so,
mm.
and I know that that's me. I'm speaking from the gallery. Let me just say that right now. I'm
Yeah.
speaking from the gallery.
Yeah.
It's important for us to know because sometimes we're saying it's not coming to me, it's not working, the universe is not sending, or God is not sending, or whatever, right? No, no, it's happening. It's
Yeah.
like some of it is like rolling in its
Yeah.
ways, but because we're kind of stuck in the older stories,
Mm-hmm.
either we don't see it as the
Mm-hmm.
who and the opportunity, or
Mm-hmm.
we
Mm-hmm.
see it coming and we're like, oh shit, here it comes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Truth.
Yes, because we are stuck, like you said, we're stuck in the story. We create stories to or we create situations that will confirm the story that we have. So we have this story that, God is not showing up, universe is not showing up. So you don't even see when it actually does show up for you, because it doesn't show up the way you expect it to look. And then we come back to the law of detachment again.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
We don't it is two parts. I think we don't even see the that it's showing up because of the way that it's showing up,
Yeah.
or we don't see that it's showing up and that we are blocking it.
Say that. Yeah.
And I'm grateful. I'm going to say this. I'm grateful that
Yeah.
I have done the work now enough to know when I'm blocking it. And that happened
Mhm.
to me this week. I
Yeah.
this week
Yeah.
I immediately, it's crazy how your brain works because you're thinking, oh, I'm thinking how I can gift or give discount or whatever have you. And really subconsciously underneath all that is, how can I not accept this money? How can I not step into this manifesting?
Yeah.
Right?
Because
Yeah.
it's a new type of responsibility. It's accepting that you deserve it. It comes back to
Ooh,
your worth, right?
comes back to your
It
worth.
comes back to your worth. You know how much you want to charge and you should be charging, but you're too afraid to charge it. Oh, I don't know if people can afford it. I don't, the where I live, it's really not okay. We are virtual right now. Okay. There's people not where you live. Ooh, excuse me. That was one of my
Mhm.
affirmations. There's people not where you live who are ready to pay for your full price for your services. There are moments when things can be free and more affordable or what have you, but you get to be compensated. You do, without discount, without, because sometimes, not every time, but sometimes discount means desperation, especially when you're first out the gate. Like it's always like 20% off.
Right,
Every,
right, right.
we're not Macy's can afford to do that. Okay. Macy's gives a 20, like a sale every however often, like once a month. We don't have to do that. We don't have to discount our services because you're not giving discount, transformation. You're not giving discount.
Ooh,
So
say
why?
that.
Yeah. I'm not going to lower my prices and then only give you a little bit of no. No, I'm giving you the fullness of what you deserve in my services. So you should pay me the fullness of what I deserve. Yeah.
And let me say that's always a come on now. Yes.
Yeah.
And this is, I think, full circle again, coming back to being, right?
Yeah.
In wealth consciousness, not
Yeah.
playing the money game, right?
Yeah.
But being, right? Your state of being, which
Yeah.
then comes back to the theme last month, your divine feminine energy.
Yeah. Ooh. Mm, 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 mm. Can I just say one more thing about these discounts and then I'm gonna leave it alone?
Yes.
Because
And then we're
I
going to round it off because
okay. I said this thing about Macy's. Macy's can afford to do this discounting every other month or what have you, right? And did I just lose it because I wasn't supposed to say it? Let me hold on a second. Hold on. Got it. They can afford to do that every other month or what have you, right? And if we were to do that, we were always discounting. And then people are like, oh, well, I'll just wait till the next time that she's having a sale. I'm not going to pay her the full price because I can wait for the next time Macy's is having a sale and get something.
Because that's what we do.
Because they're always having a sale.
Oh, can I just say that?
Yes.
My mother taught me to do that. Like that was her passed down teaching. Like watch the sweater, watch it until it goes into the next rack.
Exactly. Right. So people will see you say, I have these services for this price. And if they get used to you discounting your prices every other month, every time there's a holiday, every time, blah, 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 they're just going to wait for the next opportunity to not pay you fully and get your full set of services. And it's like, no, we don't have to do that.
It reminds me of, I had stated this before somewhere. When Apple was first out there, not first out there, but it became more user friendly. And at first, you could not get no sale with Apple
at all,
unless you knew that you knew somebody like way in the system. But you was not going to get a sale with Apple. Listen, if you wanted the Apple computer, you were going to pay the price.
Yes.
If you wanted that nice, sleek, white packaging where everything fit together and everything had the compartment for this iPhone, you were going to pay the price. Period. You wanted a discount? Okay, you got to go to Dell or you got to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you wanted Apple, you were going to pay that price. And that was their stance, you know?
Because they knew their worth. They knew the value of what they were providing. Yeah. Then they stood on it. Yeah. Come on. Come on. There's some coaching and different things that I've invested in. Didn't know where the money was coming from, but I figured it out and I was able to pay for it. Yeah.
Well,
the money came somehow so that I can get the knowledge that I needed. Yep.
And here's also the thing. You value it more. You value it more.
True.
You bring a different energy.
Yeah.
You bring a different expectation.
Yeah. Free things, sometimes I'll show up or not. I don't know.
Exactly. And listen, when you're in Ross, you might take that sweater that have a little bit of, mark or hole in it because of that 50% discount. You're going to take a little bit. You know what I mean?
They'll figure it out. They'll
you show up differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. When we moved to Portugal, we should probably finish it. We'd have been here almost an hour. We're supposed to be 30 minutes-ish.
It's good.
Oh man, when we first got to Portugal, we bought this, not first, it took us a while, but we bought this beater because our cars were not legalized. we transported our cars. And this beater car, hey, listen, it goes over potholes. You open it fast, you might, bang the pole right where you park next to, right? But it's a beater car, so you like.
That is hilarious.
It could take the licking and keep on. You know what I mean?
Come on.
But when my husband's car got legalized, hold on. Hey, listen, you guys, the kids cannot eat in the car. He only parks in certain places.
Okay.
Listen, he carries.
Y'all gonna walk. Y'all gonna walk to the store. It is.
Listen. So when you have invested money-wise and emotion-wise, right? When you're in the wealth consciousness, I believe, you show up differently. Your expectations show up differently. Hold on, how do I? Yeah. Your expectations show up differently. You receive differently, right? Yeah. And that energy is balanced. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like we're doing a session, if we're doing a session right now, I know that you've invested. I know that you're expecting. I know that you're showing up fully because you've invested and you're in that energy. I'm also showing up in that energy. Do you know what I mean? And I'm expecting you to come. I'm expecting you to show up to get this transformation, right? Like, it's a totally different energy. And so um
There's so much. There's so
there's
much.
we could do this over, we could do this on and on and on.
Yeah.
So I guess we should round it up now and just
Okay.
say trust, move, not trust the process, trust your process.
Yeah. Yep.
Trust your process,
Yeah.
right?
Mm, 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 mm.
Your intuition, the new money story that you're writing,
Mm-hmm.
what you are manifesting,
Mm-hmm.
and your worth that you get to step into what you have manifested. You
Yeah.
deserve and you are worthy to step into what you have manifested.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Mm.
all benefit from that. Ooh, we
Yep.
all benefit. When you step into your wealth consciousness, we all benefit from that.
Yep. Yep.
Mm.
You can, yep. I love wrap it up with a bow, Latoya. Jesus. That is great. Yes. I don't have anything else to say. I receive it too. I receive it too.
Me
Mm-mm.
too. Me too. I receive it too.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
All right, Marissa, tell the people where they can find you to get their breath
Okay.
work done.
Yes, you can find me on www.thepurpleKittyNY. I'm telling you that affirmation. ThePurpleKittyNY.com. Like I mentioned earlier, we have a 3-day challenge that is coming up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It is called the Show Up for Yourself a challenge, and it is an opportunity to teach you how to set boundaries, build your community, and embark on your healing journey. It'll be at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. 5 minutes of breath work, 15 minutes of conversation of how to show up for yourself, your friends, and family. So definitely check out the website and join the challenge. Replays will be provided if you are not able to make it, but you definitely want to be in the space. It is a free event, but there's, I'm allowed to do that sometimes. Okay?
because there's giving and receiving, right? There's giving and receiving.
Yeah.
And again, for me, that also comes back to feminine energy, right? Your intuition is going to let you know, okay, now's the time to give. Okay, now's
Yeah.
the time to gift, right?
Yeah.
Your intuition is going to let you know that. And for me, like I have to sit back with myself. Oh, somebody probably needs to hear this today. I literally sometimes have to take a seat back, push my seat back,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to feel, okay, Latoya, are you giving this
Yeah.
because of people pleasing or desperation energy or because you're blocking your abundance? Or is this a time to give right now?
Yeah.
And I have to feel into that. I have to
Yeah.
sit back, I have to sit with myself, and I have to
Yeah.
feel into that.
Yes.
And that's important because that is part of my expansion into um, being in my worth, right?
Yes. Yes. Same. Thank you for saying
Yeah.
that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you all. Um, I'm Latoya, and um, I do energy work. I do energy healing work. So if you're there's, I'm sorry, just had to feel the energy move through.
Yeah.
I do single sessions. So come on with me if you want to do a single session.
Mm-hmm.
It will flow with energy work, however that comes, Reiki, EFT, either or both. I
Mm-hmm.
have two things coming up, you all, and I just want to share that. I have a self-guided digital product coming out. It's called Free Your Voice. And it's going to be 21 days of me on video that you get to process and do on your own time and space. And I'm going to say it first time here live. So y'all heard it first.
I know. I haven't heard it. That's why I'm so excited.
You all heard it first. The pre-release, the pre-sign up is going to be on my birthday, April 20th. And it's good. It's good. I'm pouring into that because I truly believe that our voices have been suppressed for so long, and I just need for us to be free. So that's one, and then I have a 7 week situation, a 7 week experience, and here's trusting the process. Trusting the process because the name came to me, healing the seven wounds,
Mm.
um, and speaking of parts of the body that represent certain things, so we're going to go through the seven main energy centers, and
Mhm.
we know typically what they govern in our bodies, but what's the major thing that's blocked? The major, like the deeper emotion, like how they say the deeper emotion of fear is anger or whatever, you know what I mean? Like the deeper block
Mm.
of those seven places. So healing the seven wounds. And we're just going to shift and move the energy. So I'm just planting that to come to in your head. That's going to come 1st of June. But that's what's going on, y'all. That's my website. It will all be up there soon. And
I'm
it
excited.
has.
I'm trying to like hold it, and I was like bursting out at me right now. Yes, this feels good. Yes, congratulations in advance.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm.
You're so very welcome. It's been our pleasure. Thank you all for showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for showing up. Thank you for your energy, because your energy, it really
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
makes this what it is. So
Yeah.
thank you all.
I
Thank you all
appreciate
for showing up, for being here, and for elevating with us.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Happy weekend, whatever this is for you.
Yes.
Love and light and blessings to you.
Mm.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.